Hey family, welcome to We All Need Each Other, the podcast from Transformation Ministries.
We're here today with Miss Karen West. If you're around Transformation at all, you know who she is. She's probably made an impact on your life already, because that's just who she is and what she does. So Karen is the Director of Academic Empowerment here at Transformation Ministries. So that's the title, but what do you do?
I guess the best way to explain what I do is support. Mm-hmm. I support students, mm-hmm. I support families, I support the school districts, mm-hmm. The teachers, the administration. I'm just there to support and partner with mm-hmm. and help in any way I can, whether it's academically, behavioral, getting information, mm-hmm. all that's what my job encompasses.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been here?
I've been here since 2019.
Okay.
Or was it 28? No, it's 2019.
Okay. So this was your third school year that you completed?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what changes have you seen since beginning to now?
Well, I was actually brought into this role because Transformation, which does a wonderful job of just caring for the kids academically, they already had after school tutoring and different mm-hmm. things in place. Mm-hmm. But they wanted to really solidify their presence in the schools. Mm-hmm. We wanted the schools to see that we are an ally, mm-hmm. that we are here to work with, and we're here to just watch out as well, mm-hmm. For our kids. And so that was just, that was big. Mm-hmm. So from the time I got here, Jasmine Bradley, who's our director of youth, she was with me, and we just hit the ground running, mm-hmm. going to all these different schools, introducing ourselves. Hello, how are you? Just trying to get just a good presence, and for them to feel comfortable with us, for them to know we're not there to stir the pot, mm-hmm. but if we have to get in the pot, we will. But that hasn't been often, because a lot of times what I'm finding in education, the school wants the same thing we want. Mm. They want to help the kids. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they have to do it differently. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that we are an outside community partner, mm-hmm. because we can come in and deal with the kids from a whole different perspective. Mm-hmm. Not that we don't follow policies and guidelines, mm-hmm. but we are more relational. Yeah. So that's what I've seen grow over those 3 years. They know us. The schools call us. Mm-hmm. The kids know they have an ally as well. They may not like tutoring, but tutoring has grown. Yeah. It's been very, very consistent. We have a partnership with IUSB. Mm-hmm. And then we have volunteers from Notre Dame. We have Bethel students, community partners that have consistently mm-hmm. come in over these 3 years and worked with our kids, so they know they can rely on us being here. Right. From 4 to 6 is tutoring. Yeah. When COVID hit, we had to take different measures. Mm-hmm. So we did e-learning support. We had contact tracing. We had little cardboard fixtures mm-hmm. so you can't breathe on nobody, tape. Everybody had a different line to travel, because we knew the kids still needed academic support. Yeah. So I'm just really proud of how we've grown mm-hmm. In our academic mm-hmm. involvement. Mm-hmm. With the parents are more engaged. Mm-hmm. Parents know that they can call. It just makes me so happy, and I feel that our families, our kids, and our organization has grown mm-hmm. because you saw the need to expand that, mm-hmm. and it's been good.
Yeah,
it's been good.
Yeah, and there's payoff already.
Yes.
With what you've brought to the table, how you've expanded it. There's payoff. We'll mm-hmm. talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
But let's go back. So that's right. What you do now.
Mm-hmm.
So how did this all start? How did you find yourself working in education?
I started working in education because I found out early in my church that I had a gift for working with kids. Mm. just a knack. I didn't have a family. I didn't know anything. I wasn't thinking about marriage or family or anything, but I had a knack and a passion for working with children. So I was a Sunday school teacher and youth leader and youth worker, and just I wrote plays and did stuff, anything. But I saw that God had given me that ability. He had. And so I was going to school. I actually didn't start my college. When I went initially, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a business major. Can you see me? No.
Not sure that was the right track.
That was not the right track. But just the passion and the love for kids grew. And then as I so when I really found out that that was my solid niche, I went to Bethel to be actually a youth leader. I was going into Christian ministry. I was going to have a transformation. I was going to have I wanted my whole center like this, for kids to come in, to learn, to have a safe space. That's what I went to college for initially. I mean, after the business thing. So that's what I went for, because I knew God had put that in my heart, and I had seen the evidence of it. Just from the kids I dealt with. And I was young myself. Here I am, 16, and having all the kids in a row. Okay, this is your speech for Easter, and But I knew God had put that there. And it's beautiful when He gifts you to do something, and then you can use it in what you do for your secular job or whatever, and that degree. So I had a family, and my kids, I was a stay-at-home mother, and I was study teaching and growing and doing, because I had stopped the youth ministry at the church and was focusing on my family. And then when my daughter was in school all day, I would go and I would help in the schools with my kids. They were like, Miss West, you are just a teacher. And I was like, well, thank you. Give me a job. And they did.
Wow.
They did. They said, they even sought out we'll pay you to go back for your degree.
Wow.
And it was great. So long story short, I still was a mom. I wasn't ready to go back and finish my education, but I was ready to work in the schools. So I was in the schools as a parent. But because I had giftings in so many areas, and in different trainings through the schools and different things like that, it just grew and developed. So I worked with kids in special needs, special education, autistic, emotionally impaired, cognitively impaired. So those are the more challenging positions, but I loved it.
Wow.
And I knew God had He built me for it. So I was all right.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I didn't know that you were a ministry major, because I started as a Christian ministry major at Bethel.
Wow.
I went for about a year, and I thought this isn't for me. But still somewhat felt called to ministry, but not on that track.
Yeah, I get it.
So I kind of roundabout ways, here I am back. I'm in ministry. And look at you.
Yeah.
You're working at the center.
Yes.
That you always wanted to have.
I love it. I said, Corey did the leg work. You guys built it up then.
That's right.
And all I had to do at the appointed time was just walk right into it. And I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
So a couple things that strike me about you that I think make you perfect for this position. One is just you're so personable. And so when you show up at the schools, you are just a friendly face. And it seems from the outside looking in, it seems easy for you to strike up a conversation, to build a relationship with the secretary, the receptionist, the administrators, because you just have that kind of rapport that builds pretty easily. And second, you are just relentless with the kids. Like you're just relentlessly positive, but you stick to the plan. You don't let kids slack off when they want to slack off. You say, no, this is the standard. So tell me just a little bit about that. Like, where do those two things come from? First, being so personable, and second, just being like able to keep kids on track.
Well, like I said, I have to give all the credit to how God built me. I think He has a design. He says, in your mother's womb, I knit you and I formed you, I knew you. And I think He built me with certain, He just built me to love people. So the love of people is what goes to that person. Now, I just love people. I really do. And I just love to see people smile and to see people just grow and to be at ease. that was always something too. I always want to just put the situation at ease. So that's what I do. But also being a mother, that really helped with that consistency. I always worked in youth. I always loved working with kids, but you get a different perspective, and that's a whole different muscle when you have children. So that helped me with the patience, and that which I had it.
Yeah.
But it just developed more being a mother. And then I have a heart for the kids, not from just from a place of love and care, and wanting to see them do their best. And I know as a parent, a lot of times it took another person.
Yeah.
It took somebody else to say the same thing I said. But they got it.
Yeah.
And I love being that person for our families and for our organization.
Yeah.
It really is a delight. So that's how that's grown, just God growing it. And then just you learn so many things working in education. You learn different tricks, different teachers I had that I worked with, and I was in the classroom with, showed me so many valuable skills. Because I also was in youth ministry, I would go to different conferences and take different courses, just trying to develop that skill to work well and do what I do with excellence. I haven't arrived. I'm still learning. Lifelong learning. Watching different people here, watching the people that God has graced me to work with for transformation. Watching everybody's gifts, and you pull from other people's gifts. You say, I can use that. We all lifelong learners. I'm still yet learning. Still yet learning.
So why or how, or maybe both, have you stayed working in education for so long? Because I'm sure there were times when you were like, it's really frustrating, or it's really hard, or maybe you wanted to quit.
I found my spot in education. I knew that I probably would have burned out being in the classroom. And since I had my children, I wasn't going to do a youth center. But I found out just partnering and providing other additional services, but not being a school teacher, that was more comfortable. I used to see, even when I worked in the classrooms, I used to see like the speech pathologist come in, or the social worker. The kids are different when they have like an outside person coming in, and I just paid attention to that.
Yeah.
And so now that I found my spot. And the spot is partnering with people in education and knowing where I fit and seeing it change the kids' lives, seeing the parents get the help they need. It just keeps you going. Yeah. And so I love it.
Yeah. So what is it about young people, whether it's kids or teenagers, you seem to have just like an endless amount of love and care for them. So I know for me, I can get frustrated with young people.
Me
and
too.
I just, you tell them the same thing over and over again, and they just don't listen.
Yeah.
But you have just this way, like I've been to schools with you before and seen the way you interact with them, and that's a story you tell a lot. Like they think they're in trouble when they get called out of class, but they see you and they're like, oh, Miss Karen. And
sometimes it's not all, it's like, oh, Miss Karen. Yeah.
When they know they haven't been doing their work. Yeah. But you seem to just have, I mean, like I said before, you are firm with them, but you always have a way of seeing like the potential, the positive. And I mean, what is that? Like, because not everybody has that.
I can't say nothing. I know I keep going back.
Yeah.
God, He really does build us. There are things there's capabilities that you have, Dan, that I can't do. Because God didn't build me like that. I cannot have the patience for the things that you do. The detail, the organization, the making sure things run smoothly. I love order, but that's not my, that's not how I was, that's not my call. And so that makes it easy to keep doing what I'm doing. I have and then practice. God puts it in you, and then I've had years to just practice at this. Yeah, I told my I have a niece. She's the mother of two girls under 2.
Wow.
And so there's certain things that I can do because I've had practice that she's still learning. She said, how do you do that? I just told them to stop. I said, it comes with practice and time. So, and then kids know your heart. They do. I was working in the Niles community school system. And so I thought, well, I lived in that community. The kids know me. They know my kids. You know, maybe that's why I have a relationship with them. So when I came to South Bend and I was working for another company in Adams High School and Washington High School, I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to get these kids? And it's like the Lord really reminded me, just be who you are. Just be who you are. And then that's when I found out the kids are the same. You know, I knew that, but I was coming into a different element. And the kids, that when they see you're going to respect them, or they see your heart and they see that you're not trying to be fake or phony or trying to be a kid yourself. You know, people think I'll be a kid. I see how cool. I'm not cool. I'm not.
You are cool.
I don't know the slang. I don't know the lingo. I don't know the terminology. But I do know kids like structure. Even though they may rebel against it. Kids like boundaries. Kids like for adults to help guide them. And when they see that you are their ally, even when you have to do the hard things, they can accept it. And the love of God that oozes out. You know, when they feel the love of God, they don't even know that that's what they're feeling. Me and God know, but they don't know. And I just, it's God. And it's part of the kingdom work. Even in those schools. You know, I can't bust out walking there with the Bible, but I carry the love of God with me. You know, I try to do that wherever I go.
I can't think of a better, like the best illustration that I can think of with what you're explaining is the first time you came, you were on staff and you came to the opening retreat, the ISI retreat. And 2 things I remember. One is that you had to call some kids out for language, different behaviors. And you said, no, we have a higher standard here. And then at the end of the day, we were doing shout outs and you got a shout out from one of our older leader boys who does not dish out shout outs very, very easily. And he said, shout out to Miss Karen for Karen. I remember that.
And that did something to my heart that day. And there was some other students there that I found out later were pretty hardcore. And they gave me some shout outs. And that reaffirmed that God was saying, wherever you go, if I built you for it, if I called you for it, it's going to be all right. And it's been all right. It's still all right. Still all right.
So let's shift gears a little bit. So you just recently graduated from college. So tell me about that journey and what that feels like.
It feels incredible. I'm just going to be totally honest. At first I was embarrassed because I was working. I knew I had the work history, the work experience, just the training. I knew that, but I didn't have just the documentation of saying that I had completed, you know, and I wanted that. And it just, my children were like, Mom, you have every right to be proud and just, you know, and even, you know, the people here, my transformation family, not just staff, but mentors and different ones, you know, hey, way to go. That's good. That's amazing. Yeah, I was like, it is. I was like, Lord, it really is. And it wasn't until the day of graduation that it hit me. I'm really doing this. I'm done. What? And tears. Then tears just rolled down my face. And I was like, God, thank you for being faithful to your word. Thank you that when I look back, it wasn't because I couldn't do it. It actually was harder to do it older. because I had children older,
Mm-hmm.
and then to raise them, get them through, and then go back.
Yeah.
When I decided to go back, it was like, I went back in the time when you still taking notes on paper and different things like that, and I was like, whoa. These people are here with their laptops. I gotta log into something. I felt so archaic. I just felt ancient. But he had people there to guide me along the way. Rebecca, who's interned here, Rebecca Rogers, she was so sweet. She was. We were in the same age bracket, and she said, "Oh, I'll show you." I was like, "Please do, because I'm quitting tonight." But it feels good.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm not embarrassed by the fact that I'm older, because there were so many reasons why. I put my family first. 6 children is no joke.
Right.
My children graduated. They all got done. Pretty much I have 2 more in college. And it's just, it feels good in my soul.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. So you've got kids who have gone through.
Yeah.
The last 2 are in college right now. So education is strong in your family as well.
Yes.
And then also you're giving the kids here an example.
Yes.
Of like, look, don't quit.
Yes.
Don't quit.
Yes.
Keep pushing forward. Even take one little tiny step at a time.
Right.
One
Right.
class here, one class there, or one assignment here, one assignment there.
Right.
I remember so many times you talk about your weekend. You said I was up till midnight doing homework again.
Hit and submit.
But you had to get it done.
11:59 submit. But it's because my work week was so heavy. I'd have to just take the weekend. So, at the end of Friday and all day Saturday to just do homework.
Yeah.
So that didn't allow time for me to do different things. I had to miss a lot of different, outings or different things because I was doing homework. And it wasn't easy for me. I learned differently. And so that's why when I tell the kids, I got homework too. Miss Karen, I said, I do too.
Yeah.
And I know you don't want to do it because I don't want to do it some days. It's hard, but boy, it's worth it. And then, Miss Karen, you got to, I got to do that. So I understand. I know how you feel. It was so funny. I got paper in the mail saying I made the dean's list. I was like, come on, dean's list. And it was just great.
You gotta put that on your refrigerator.
Oh my goodness. Put it up here so the kids, hey, look,
That's right.
hard work will get you. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so you got your college degree. Your kids are almost done with school.
Yes.
So you're kind of in this stage of life where things are transitioning a little bit.
Amen.
You got a daughter getting married.
Yes.
Kids moving out, doing their own thing. So what do you, as you look at the next 5 to 10 years, what do you hope to accomplish?
In 5 to 10 years, I really would like to, I'm not retiring.
Better not. You don't get to retire from here.
But I want to expand the academic department more, and then really branch out to more ministry things. I know that God has that for me. I was right before graduating. I was appointed an elder at my church. And because that's my heart, to just serve and help people. So I was glad to be able to do that. I'm just going to build more in that area. Hopefully see some grandbabies.
Yes.
And marry some old children off. And, and just see where life, just receive more of the blessings God has already shown. Tell the kids, deuces. See, I love them.
Yeah.
But it's my time now.
Mm-hmm.
It's my time now to just grow, develop, travel, minister, get married again.
Okay.
Really. I would love to do that. Got to be right though.
Of course. Of course.
But those are just things that I'm okay with putting that aside for a while. I did that because I wanted to develop my children, my life, my family, reestablish because, I did get divorced but God is so good. We are a team with raising our wonderful children. My ex-husband is married again. but she's amazing and I love her. And so I love the village that God has put. I have wonderful family members and things that I know have helped build us to this point, that have cared about our hearts and about what they saw that God put in us as a family and in me. And so I want to love on some people real good in the next 5 to 10 years, give back from a different place, not from a place of, I'm trying to do my family, but from a place of, hey, God has need of me, and I just want to love the earth, love people. We got a lot to do, because it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. People need so much. And God didn't just build us the way he built us for nothing. It's to help. It's to see a change. It's to do some stuff. So I just want to do some stuff. 5, 10 years, just do some stuff.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what God does with you in the next 5 to 10 years, as long as it's here. If you go somewhere else, I don't care anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
I know that's not true.
You better stay here.
But
though.
I do. And just to talk about where we see God taking Transformation Ministries. We just had a groundbreaking the other week. We just were able to partner with another ministry to take families to family camp. There is so much on the horizon, and there's so much to do. So, unless y'all just put me out, it's on tape.
Never. No.
I love what God is doing here, and I love that God just divinely and providentially brought me here. It was the hand of God.
Yeah. We're really glad too. So one question that we like to ask everybody, and it's so open-ended, you can take it any way you want, big or small.
Okay.
Just what's something that fascinates you right now?
Life. I had a lot of loss in our family. Our family suffered a lot of loss. Had a lot of family members die. And it was hurtful. People, we talk about COVID, but it was real. It happened. That's such a change, you've suffered some losses, and we have. What fascinates me is just living for real. Not being caught up, just living well, enjoying little moments. It doesn't have to be that I'm going to Paris or, but that's cool. But finding the joy in life, finding the joy in simple things, a walk, just being able to just have health. And I promise you, I know this sounds real lame. Maybe that's what fascinates you. Living well fascinates me. Living a good life, being happy, being able to laugh and enjoy the people around me. I'm good. Doesn't take much from me.
I love it. Karen, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for asking me, Dan.
You're welcome.
I love talking to you.
All right. Thanks, Karen.